for Hughes. He's got to face a penalty, and it's a goal. Oh, it went one and now Lorimer. Great chance for 4-2. Is it? Yes, it's a goal. Put in by Harris. 4-2. Number 10, Giles. Remnant Jones is 5.
Eddie Gray's 2 goals against Burnley in April said much about Leeds' more spontaneous, unfettered approach. The heat was off for once in the league, and Eddie produced one of the most glittering moments of the whole Reevy era, with what some experienced professionals called the best goal they'd ever seen. As Giles said, Leeds conceded their title to Everton and went about chasing cup glory. Sutton in Surrey was an unlikely backdrop to their FA Cup campaign.
This is Hunter. Giles. Hunter. Clark. Too easy for Clark then. Lorimer. Oh, yes, a goal! Lorimer. Number 3, scored by Clark. Madeley. Lorimer. Clark! And again. Clark well left. Lorimer. Oh, he wanted too much time, did he? No. He wanted a lot of time. The ball ran for him, and he took his time as well. Faulkner. Oh, it's the one mistake he's made, and he's in trouble now, and the defence is too. There's Clark. Rifled in.
An in-swinger from Eddie Gray. No challenge from Leeds United. There's a chance now, and it's in. Johnny Giles. Lorimer, the chance to break. Not many defenders there. 3 against 3. Jones, if he can get there, and he does. Clark, what a goal! What a beautiful goal!
Horsfield, Madeley, Butler, it's Rogers, Giles for Leeds, and back come Leeds again. Hunter. Oh, this is hopeless. Clark! Again beaten in the air, a total piece of misjudgment. Jones. Clark's there, so too is Giles, and there's Gray. Clark! What a goal! What a goal! Magnificent! Superb goal!
In the semi-final against Manchester United, Billy Bremner scored a late winner in the second replay at Burnden Park, just as he had at the same stage against the same opponents 5 years earlier. Leeds were back at Wembley, and as always, tickets would be hard to come by for the new generation of supporters that Leeds had now gathered. One man who would not be there was fullback Paul Reaney, who broke his leg in a league match at West Ham just 9 days before the final. They wouldn't be washing his kit as they prepared the Wembley strip.
Yeah, it's in paper this morning. Oh, well, we've just got Paul Reaney out. Sad about Paul.
Meanwhile, Leeds had been involved in their first crack at the European Champions Cup, and what a start they made against the Norwegian champions Lyn Oslo at Elland Road.
And Grady. Well nailed, Grady. Now Reaney, number 2 for Leeds. Jones, and number 2 for Leeds, it really is. Clark calling for a centre. There's Jones, and it's 3-0. Took up position well. And he's going to get the fourth. Giles. It's another. Bremner. And Bremner. Take it up for Giles. Everton. Jones with a chance and... hit both posts. Cooper to Bremner. Bremner. That will do it, done it! Bremner has got the 10th goal in the last minute.
That 10-goal salvo, followed by a 6-0 win in the second leg, had the Leeds dressing room fired up by the incentive of becoming European champions. The fierce togetherness and corporate spirit in the camp helped them to overcome Ferencváros and Standard Liège. The family atmosphere, so passionately presided over by Reevy, stubbornly answered critics of Leeds' sometimes cynical approach.
Without a word of a lie, I was still watching what I went, and I said, that's what we get paid for, that.
But in Scottish champions Celtic, Leeds met their match in the semi-final. In the first leg at Elland Road, one of 8 matches Leeds played in the space of 15 days, there was no doubt that Celtic were the fresher side. They scored after just 90 seconds when George Connolly's shot was deflected past Sprake, and they held that lead until the end. Before Leeds could think about the second leg in Glasgow, they had a more pressing engagement on their mind. The team bus was on its way to Wembley for the FA Cup final, in which these battle-weary Leeds players would start favourites against Chelsea. But the climate was closing in on Leeds. Reevy's face reflected the strain he and his team had been under as they waited in the Wembley tunnel. Even the likes of Billy Bremner could only function at full throttle for so many big games in such a short space of time. Fixture congestion had undoubtedly conspired against Leeds, prisoners of their own success. But would it affect their performance at Wembley? As it turned out, Leeds strode across the scarred Wembley pitch in their most majestic fashion.
Bremner to Gray. Clark in the middle, so too is Jones. Lorimer. Bremner. Number 10, Giles. Gray. Gray just being a little slow on the ball. He's caught in possession about 3 times. And Madeley to Lorimer, number 7. Oh, a great shot. Oh, that really moved. And what a save. That's why I said Lorimer, 35 yards from the goal, and he's dynamite. Corner kick to Leeds. And Charlton again in the accustomed position on the goal line. McCready with him and Osgood. 20 minutes gone, no score. And it's a goal! It's a goal! I think it's Charlton. 20 minutes, Leeds have taken the lead. And watch it again now. Watch this ball come over the in-swinger. And as they all go up, it's Charlton right off the fist. And it's McCready missing the kick. Charlton getting the header. So 5 minutes from half-time. Jackie Charlton was the scorer for Leeds. Houseman, Buick scored! 41 minutes, and Sprake has let in a sitter. And just look at this shot. There was no danger at all as Houseman hit it through a crowd of players. Sprake has it covered, and look what a tragedy for the Welsh international goalkeeper. So, Houseman, who got 2 in the semi-final, has pulled Chelsea up by their bootlaces when they seemed to be getting lower and lower and lower, and equalised 4 minutes from half-time. This is Gray with the ball. Lorimer. That was really moving. Peter Lorimer. He could only have got on top of the ball, got right over it, kept it low. Gray. Webb committed himself too soon then. Cooper's coming up in support inside. Here's Cooper. Giles. Certainly Leeds United have cracked him in. That was Johnny Giles. And the tension mounting now. The 90 minutes draws to a close. To give a goal away now, there's very little chance of pulling it back. Now Baldwin. Anybody who does give a goal away now will find that they perhaps won't have time for the equaliser. Nice Giles. So I should imagine now that both teams will try and play it tight, almost play for extra time now. Except Leeds, who seem to want to go forward all the time. Bremner to Giles. Clark, it's hit the post. A goal, Jones. Jones has done it. And Jones has gone berserk. 7 minutes to go, and watch this. Bremner sending it to Giles. Rather, watch Clark headed, it hits the post. It comes out, and it looks as if the chance has gone. Lorimer, in comes Jones, and that one slotted just inside the post. So Jones has made it 2-1 for Leeds. 7 minutes to go. And Don Revie almost ran onto the pitch, I think. So 5 minutes left. 5 minutes between Leeds and the cup. But now then, it's a free kick to Chelsea. Right, now it's a case of all up. Dempsey's going up, number 5. Webb's going up. Bremner calling his men back. Atta Hollins with the free kick. Hutchinson, a goal!
Charlton's lament at Chelsea's late equaliser was understandable. It meant a replay, but that would have to wait 2.5 weeks. No sooner had Bremner and his team arrived back in Leeds than they were off again. This time travelling north for the second leg of that European Cup semi-final against Celtic, the following Wednesday at Hampden Park, Glasgow. Now aching limbs and tired minds had to be put aside as Revie spoke in private to his jaded team.
The danger man up front that we've got to see to at Hampden Park is little Jimmy Johnson outside right, who's a good little player. And I feel that this lad's improved so much that he doesn't run into trouble all the time now, that when he beats one man or two, then he lifts his head and has a look up and knocks it off. He will never ever come at you when there's a man tucked in behind you. But whenever you're left by yourself, then he's prepared to have a go at you, and he's very, very quick. So the thing we've got to do is get close enough to Jimmy Johnson so that he doesn't start these twists and turns and start pulling players out of position. And every time he gets it, then I want you, Norman, tucked in at the back at Hampden Park, behind Terry Cooper, so he knocks it off square, then we can pick the people up with less ability.
Over 136,000, a record crowd for the European Cup, saw the second episode in football's Battle of Britain. Celtic held that 1-0 lead from the first leg, but not for long.
Hunter to Bremner. Oh, it's a goal! He scored! Bremner's got it! And Billy Bremner has done it for Leeds. And it's Hughes. And good goalkeeping by Sprague, narrowing the angle.